Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on CGFIA, Colorado Goldfields Incorporated. Before I get started, I would like to note to please check my IRP disclaimer. It's been a long time since I've done a 000 stock, but for those of you that are maybe new to the markets and aren't familiar with the 000 stocks, they're kind of hit or miss. They can either go big or they don't really go at all. So it's nice to always kind of keep an eye on one out there, just in case it does go big. And with CGFIA, the chart does seem to have bottomed out here, and you can't really tell it from this time frame, but when I shrink things up, it should stick out a little bit more. But it's one of these where I definitely think it's worth keeping an eye on because, like I said, 000 stocks, when they do go, a lot of people like to play them, and the price can really get moving fast. So if this one does start to go, and if it does indeed has formed a bottom and starts to get moving, then it's one of these where they're fun to play, but they can be hard to get in once they do get moving. So kind of one of those situations where it's always better to kind of be early than late to the party. So like I was saying, when we shrink this out, you can see that the price has been in a downtrend, but what has happened here is that looking here and then here, you can see that every time where it looked like this was a bottom, then there was new lows that were put in. But what's happened since essentially the beginning of August, so well over a month now, basically a month and 3/4, we had some lows hit here and lows hit here, and the lowest it's gone, has been 0003. And since then, it has been putting in that bottom. Now, to kind of put this in a better perspective as I shrink back up, more recently, the lowest the price is seen is right here at 0004. Now, one little interesting thing that you can always do is, yes, charts are helpful, but when you go to level 2s, that can really kind of reinforce a point of, is 0004, is that really a support level, and is this really a bottom? So real quick, what I want to do is just look at the L2s right now, and as you can see, looking at them, right now, the offer is 0005, and sure, there's some decent sized orders, but when we flip over to the other side, you have orders like this sitting here, and actually there are some other ones that have now disappeared since it is after hours. But there's another one that was, well above 100,000 too. So the point I'm making is the chart says that 0004 is the new support level, and then when we pull up the level 2s, you can see that clearly there's some big bid support in here at 0004. So that's always a nice reassuring thing to see. And just one of those situations where you always want to double check, and sure enough, chart says 0004 is the new bottom, and then the level 2s are definitely reinforcing that fact too. So back to the chart here, the key level right now to get above and the breakout level is going to be right here at 0006. You can see that, once again, shrinking up the chart, going back through the history of the chart, it was a support level multiple times, and now that it's fallen below it, it's turned into a resistance. But the good news with that is, with a break of 0006, looking back through the history of the chart, you can see things start to thin out quite a bit, and really the next level of resistance isn't going to be all the way up here until 0008. And you may be thinking, well, that's barely any move from 0006 to 0008. But the key thing you have to keep in mind with 000 stocks is the percentages. And when we're dealing with 000s, every little tick, percentually speaking, is big gain. So sure, it may not seem like enough just looking at it from 6 to 8, but when we're talking 000s, the percentages add up a lot. And then even after 0008, the next level of resistance is not up until right here at 001. So once again, from 0006 up to 001, that is some nice percentage gains. And then even after 001, get that, you can see that this resistances really begin to thin out even more. And plus, if the price were to start to make this move up to here, you'd have a lot of the organic momentum start to kick in. A lot of people that just want to play this trade, play the momentum, and these things can really get moving. So the key thing to watch on this one, like I said, is first get above this 0006. Continue to have the 0004 hold as support, which, going back to level 2, has quite a bit of bid support in there. And with a break of 0006, couple more hurdles, but things really begin to thin out. So, the bulls could really get running and running fast on this one, with the right amount of, strength from volume and so forth. So definitely one you want to keep your eyes on, because if it gets moving, the chart is showing us that there's quite a bit of room to run, should these first little resistance levels get broken through. So if there are any other questions on the chart, please let me know. If not, once more, this was CGFIA, Colorado Goldfields Incorporated. Thanks for listening.